We all have harmony inside of ourselves, and so do the trees. The trees just amplify that harmony, that soul energy that we have that we may not be aware of completely. So when you connect to a tree, you sit next to it or you stand next to it, you clear your mind and you start receiving more clarity in your life. Your higher self starts coming in, more of that soul energy to help you along your journey so you can live a more fulfilled, energetic, exciting life. One without depression, anxiety, anger. Low density energy is what circulates humanity right now. And within the tree and connecting to one, we can start to uplift that energy and shift it into more harmony. And to the viewers that have left a comment for me, this is what I do. I read their comment, I connect to their name if they left one, and I provide clarity within my third eye or any messages I might get in a psychic way. We all have those abilities. So if you're watching this, there's a reason. The trees are calling to you. Every person can connect to a tree. You don't have to expect anything other than just know the tree is aware that you're there and start breathing with it. Try it every day and you'll be surprised. You'll start to hear messages. You're starting to feel the messages and see them to help guide you along your journey. So my last video, I connected to, I think, 5 beautiful souls and just kind of guided them through my own process of connecting to the tree, clearing my mind, closing my eyes, and breathing in just more clarity. And the tree is our permission slip. So if you're watching this, the trees are excited that you're here and they want to help. They've always been here. They've always been holding a frequency that we can use as a bridge back to our higher self, back to our true nature. So this is how it goes. If you would like more clarity in your life or an uplifting message from the tree, which you can do on your own, by the way, but still leave a message, leave your name and a comment, and in my next video, I'll put you in and I'll connect to the spirit of the tree within the harmony within myself to deliver any spirit-led messages. And I'm thanking the trees for that. So I am sitting right now on top of a sugar pine. It's right next to my home. It's one of the trees that I connected to at my home, and anyone can connect to any tree. They all hold the same knowledge. It's just they have a different flavor of kind of giving you a message. So with the sugar pine, I usually hear messages. With cedar trees, I usually see messages. It just depends on the species of the tree, and we're all unique, right, in that way. So connect to a tree. It will open your heart. Try it every day. Just sit, no expectations, like I am now. Just breathe. Close your eyes. And I can feel the excitement coming in through my heart chakra. So there's definitely a lot of people that are excited to know this knowledge that, oh, okay, yeah, I understand nature is healing, but did we really hone in on the trees and their own harmony to give us that bridge back to ourselves? So this is kind of new knowledge. I'm sure it's been out there in Native American folklore or just knowing that trees hold this knowledge. Well, we do too. We're an antenna, just the same. It's just somehow we were smoke screened here in this lower density on Earth. So we're here to transmute that energy, and the trees are here to help do that. If you're suffering from anger, depression, anxiety, or you know there's some more healing that needs to happen in your life, connect to a tree. Sit on top of the roots and know that the tree is there to help you transmute a frequency that you no longer want to hold on to. Just acknowledge it first and thank the tree. Okay, so here it is. I'm going to connect to the beautiful viewers that left me a message on the previous episode, and I'm going to pull their comments and names up right now. The first one I'm going to connect to is at the handle at June Joaquin 6158, and she says, "Hi Patti, new here. I don't know why, but I've starting talking to the trees. I don't know if they hear me. I would like to think we connect, but I'm not there yet. Just a mental thought. I would like to ask if they can help me put up a forest. I don't know but how, but this is just what I want to do. I guess seeing this channel as a way for me to act, and God bless. So yes, absolutely. That seems like a big sign for me, just in general. Starting to put up a forest is probably the most noble thing anyone can do, especially because knowing that the trees are pulling a higher frequency into earth and sustaining it, so that we can acknowledge that and start using the power of the tree within ourselves to do and act more in a positive way on earth. So June, absolutely go in that direction, but let me tap into the spirit of the tree for June. I'm going to clear my mind, but already I'm actually seeing a third eye vision of an eye and like a shooting energy coming out. So June has already seen a vision of what she wants to see, and that's exactly where anyone needs to be when they want to see a result or to start acting on something. As you sit in that frequency of seeing what you want and really sit with that frequency of June seeing a forest in her eye. So that was a really cool third eye vision. Usually I get like clairaudient messages within the sugar pine, but as soon as I closed my eyes, I saw like an energetic eye with like light shooting out of it. So June, it seems like you've already envisioned this, and if you go and sit in that energy, you'll start to be pulled into different directions on how to start that process. So having no expectations, but being guided to a certain way of getting that to manifest in your life. So for sure, that's a big yes for me, that the trees obviously would want to have more of themselves to help us. And now that June is more aware of the trees, then June, I encourage you to sit with a tree every day without an expectation. Like I mentioned earlier in this video, you just sit, close your eyes, breathe into the energy of the tree, because it is your permission slip to your higher self, since we are all one. We are one with the tree. So let me go ahead and get any clarification for June. Okay, so I'm seeing someone like wrapped up in a rug on top of a boat. So in terms of like a third eye vision, it feels funny to me how much people feel like they can't do something because they're wrapped up in what I would call expectations. So start letting go of any expectation that you might have regarding starting this forest idea, and just be open to being directed in a way that would start that process. So start with your good idea and you start acting on it, but with no expectations other than you're sitting in that frequency. So, starting to put up a forest might lead her into another direction that still does something similar. So start unrolling the expectations you have of starting the forest. Just know that that's what you want to do ultimately, and then Spirit is going to start guiding you in that direction. It could be that you're sitting in a subway and you overhear someone talking about volunteering for planting trees. Well, that's a big sign. You can ask them where they're doing that, or little things like that. Spirit will direct you where you need to go to start that process of building up a forest. And absolutely, we need more trees for sure. So thank you, June, for leaving that comment. And I again encourage you to sit with the tree. Anyone, it doesn't matter which one, just whatever catches your eye, and sit with it, and you'll start to get more clarity about even this question. And they're there for sure. They know that you're there, and they're just excited for us to feel the energy that they are bringing here on Earth. Okay, so thank you for leaving that one, June. That's awesome. I want to know how that goes. Keep us posted, and also, June, let us know how connecting to the tree as often as you can, how that feels and how it's going, because yeah, you will have a breakthrough. You'll hear even more messages. I apologize for the traffic noise. We're by a busy town street. So thank you, June. And let's go to our next beautiful viewer. This is at the handle at Cultural Cringe 8256. Hey Patti, just wondering if the trees have a message for me. Thanks, Mark. All right, cool. Yes, absolutely they do, Mark. And if you've already seen my previous videos, let us know how it goes with connecting to the trees for yourself, because yeah, they help in so many different ways, with mental clarity, with energetic healing, with knowing our own self-worth, and just to be in the presence of now is what they really give us. So thank you, Mark, for leaving a comment. I'm gonna take a big deep breath here and relax further into the essence of Mark's question. And I know you guys can't necessarily see this, but in most of my videos where I relay spirit-led messages, I am sitting on top of a sugar pine. I know I mentioned it earlier in this video, but that's what I'm doing right now. The tree is actually to my right, but the roots come out more to the left side of the grassy area that I'm sitting on. So I'm literally sitting on the sugar pine roots, and the roots hold all of that knowledge. The tree itself that stands upright with the branches and the leaves hold like the eyes of the tree, but the roots hold more of the energy of a knowing and the harmony, even though it's all connected. So, okay, let me tap in to the sugar pine for Mark. I'm hearing that Mark has had many goals, but to just focus on one. That was a pretty quick message, so let me see if there's any more messages for Mark. I'm hearing that the trees love your style, that it's like a classic style. So I'm not sure exactly what that's referring to. I'm just getting little bits of messages here and there. Let me just settle in a little bit more from Mark. I was feeling like this fire red passion coming from Mark, almost like his own world being enveloped in this passion that he has with all these ideas, but just focus on one goal instead of all of them, or something to that effect. So that was a cool message. Yeah, usually passion for life is kind of an orange reddish color, and that was what I was getting from Mark. So I was actually starting to tap in more of Mark's aura. So Mark, you have like a very fierce, like burny orange aura. So that's really cool, a passion that you have, and only just focus on one goal at a time with no expectations. On top of that, connecting to the trees will help anyone, especially with Mark, to hone in on his energy and the direction he needs to go with the trees as a permission slip to do so. So Mark, find a tree that catches your eye, sit with it, and set the intention to connect with it, because it's connecting you to your higher self. So there's that beautiful message for Mark. Yay, I love it. Okay, so Mark and June, thank you so much. Let's carry on to our next comment here. Let's go up. Okay, I have two more. I have one from at Windsong333. A tree limb I always walk under was almost touching the ground 15 minutes after I just walked under it. I asked her what happened, and she's a willow, and this message is from Wendy. Wendy and the willow tree. Okay, let's see if there's a message for Wendy. Okay, I am feeling an expansion for Wendy, that Wendy has been working on her ability to either meditate or to kind of like slow down and like let the dust settle, so to speak, in order to feel how vibrant and big Wendy truly is, like energetically. So the trees, when I start to feel my own energy circulate around me, I know that that person has been working on like their own healing and their own journey and like settling into meditation to help them do that. So it's like another way of just me relaying encouragement to keep doing that. And the trees will like speed up that healing process in terms of like, okay, the direction you're wanting to go, where you want to see yourself, where you want to, just how you want to feel in general every day for yourself. So for Wendy to keep settling into your own body and to be still without expectation. So in a meditative way to keep doing that every day for Wendy, and knowing that she's already connected to a willow tree, I think that must have been a big sign, honestly, if a tree kind of like came down or was not where it usually is. There was a blue jay that just started squawking at me. Okay, Wendy, this is a big sign for you to connect to the willow tree that you were talking about, or another one, but that one definitely was trying to catch your attention. It wants to help you energetically, to help with your own inner wisdom. That willow tree is connecting you further to your higher self. And the roots of the trees grow really, really, really far. So if this willow tree is on someone else's property, you can just stand off to the side and know that the roots are under you, if that makes sense. And even if it is on someone else's property, you could, just let them know, like, hey, I'm really fascinated by your tree. Do you mind if I just approach it every day, potentially? Or just take a picture of it as well. So Wendy, it's beautiful what you're doing, because the more people like Wendy start to feel their own power and their own energy, the more we start to transmute the density that we've all experienced with depression, anger, anxiety, trauma. So again, thank you to Wendy for working on herself and really honing in on your ability to see yourself for who you are, to keep going. And definitely the tree branch was a signal for sure to keep connecting with the tree to help you further along, connecting even higher to your higher self. Yay, oh my gosh. Wendy, keep going. That was beautiful. Okay, so the next one is a beautiful viewer that I had done a message for before, and it was for Carol Stevens. And she was just asking more about like self-love, and that she was feeling love towards the trees. And, is that a sign that that's showing love towards herself? And yeah, absolutely. I feel like she answered that question for herself. Just writing it down is a really powerful way to write out your emotions and start transmuting them. The fact that you exist means you are worthy of love, because love can come in and harmonize, same as the trees. So Carol, I want to know how it's going since the last video. I talked about that I felt a density in the crown chakra, and that makes sense with, not feeling like self-love. So sitting with the tree and connecting to it, because you are worthy of loving yourself, because you do exist. So let me see if there's any messages again for our beautiful viewer, Carol. Okay, I'm seeing a third eye vision of a ring and like a pearl going on it and around it. So like imagine you're seeing a ring, but there's a pearl kind of like going around it. And when I get these, I've had this third eye vision before, but basically it's telling me that Carol is absorbing as much information that she finds fascinating for herself, which is a great start for any kind of healing to take place, is that, oh, there's things out there that I'm excited for. I'm starting to feel excitement. You deserve to feel excitement. And the more you're fascinated by something, to keep growing in that direction, Carol, and to start growing with the trees, and they'll start to show you the love that we may have never felt in our entire life, honestly. And that's huge, and that's stirring up emotion. So that's good, we need to get that out and acknowledge it. Like, yes, I was feeling low and I didn't love myself, but the trees are gonna show you, you still have harmony, you can still be excited for life, and you can start loving yourself, you can start slow. Start looking at your toes. Rub your toes and tell them that you love them. Give yourself a foot rub. I'm a massage therapist, so I work with people all day. Anyway, Carol, thank you for leaving that message again. But yeah, Spirit was showing me that you're absorbing information now that you find fascinating, and that's so cool. I mean, that's where we should all be in life, right? If you hear something, you read something, you find something like super cool, like you go in that direction, you learn as much as you can. So with that note, feel into the tree, and it's going to give you more information about yourself that you had no idea. It could be that the trees sit you in an energy where you can be shown why you might have felt that you didn't have self-love. I'll give you an example. I had Spirit show me a vision of when I was in the womb before I was even born. Because I was like, why do I feel lonely? Why is that a thing right now? I shouldn't feel lonely, but I have been. So in the past, I asked Spirit, and it led me to a time where my parents were in disagreement about life and finances, and there was a lot of worry before I was born, and a lot of worry about bringing in another child to feed and to make ends meet. So that density was around me even before I was born. So the trees are here to help us transmute that sort of like in the womb as a child energy that was still circulating within us that we were unaware of. So the trees are here to stir things up for you to start transmuting that energy. So Carol, please sit with a tree if you haven't already, and let me know how it goes. And I would love to know like which tree Carol is sitting with, or which one caught your eye, and what messages you've been getting. So yay, Carol, keep going. All right, so I said there was 4 messages, 4 people I was connecting to, but actually this is the next day. I have a 5th one that felt a little bit urgent. It was for Denise. Hi, Denise. We're gonna be posting this video today, and this clip that you just saw before was a previous day. So for Denise, she left a comment about what was the message regarding the owl, but specifically she found a baby owl injured, and she rescued it, and she called the appropriate authorities, and they're coming to rescue her injured baby owl. And she wanted to know, okay, what is the message here? Because sounds like she's very in touch with Spirit herself, and knows that there's a lot out there, more than meets the eye, and was calling out, leaving a message on my channel about what's the meaning or the message regarding this baby owl for her. So I want to thank the spirit of the owl. Denise, about 2 weeks ago, I was over in a park in Seattle, and I was guided to sit next to a juniper tree, and I found a toy owl lying down under like some piles of twigs, like maybe a small child had left it. So I picked up this toy owl, and as we know, owls are very much the spirit of knowledge within the tree itself as well, even more knowledge. So just from my perspective, I'll tap in, but just from my perspective, obviously the owl knows that Denise herself is a keeper of knowledge. And for the baby owl to be injured, it's probably just asking Denise to slow down and to acknowledge her own knowledge to help other people heal. That's my interpretation, but let's connect to the sugar pine tree that I'm sitting on right now for Denise. I'm gonna clear my mind. And Denise can do this too. You can settle your mind and sit next to a tree and pose the same question about the baby owl. But let's see what messages we get for Denise here. Let me tap in, as I say. There's many areas of Denise's life that she can grow and learn from, but it sounds like whatever Denise has recently been showing interest in, to grow in that direction. I've gotten something like this a few times from the trees, that there's so many things we can be excited for in life, and it seems like there's something there for Denise that she has shown interest in, and to grow in that direction. And to do that, you do have to kind of slow down to be meditative. So for sure, the baby owl is asking Denise to slow down, and it could be a mental slowdown just to be more at peace. But let me get more messages to clarify here for Denise. Okay, in my third eye, I'm being shown like a bicycle. The bicycle is being turned into a horse. And now the horse is like turning into like a unicorn. So I feel like there was a lot of transformation for Denise in her life. And I'm seeing kind of like a strobe light of green and blue, the aura of green and blue. So being good at communication and having compassion for nature, which makes sense with the owl. But let's keep going here. I'm getting like a chest pain right now, and I don't know if that has anything to do with Denise or this message, but I know that it's, anytime I feel chest pain, it's more of just slowing down to follow what's in your heart. It could be a hobby, it could be whatever knowledge you've gained over time to start expressing that with other people, joining a group, or just showing people more of your own knowledge. And that could be metaphysical knowledge, that could be spirit knowledge, or maybe there's something that she has yet to express. But yeah, these are the messages that I got for Denise. I'm almost on my way out the door actually to go to work. So Denise, thank you for your comment, and I'm so glad that the owl chose you. It knew that you're kind and that it would get the help it needed. And maybe that was the message for Denise, that you are kind and you are getting the help that you need with connecting with the trees. So my interpretation of all of this for Denise is for Denise to slow down maybe the mental chatter and to connect with the tree, because Denise has her own knowledge that she can start expressing from her heart. And that could look like various different forms. It could be a committee you start talking to, or organizing a group, wherever you feel excitement to start growing in that direction. And yeah, what a fun way to connect with nature, that you're helping it to grow. So now nature wants you to grow, is the message I'm getting for Denise. So I hope you liked that message, Denise. Thank you for everyone tuning into this channel. Again, I'm Patti, I'm a tree channeler. In the near future, the trees are our spiritual leaders and gurus. They are the permission slips for you to access your higher self. I call it soul energy, to give you clarity and uplifting messages through your journey and to help transmute the density that we've experienced here on Earth. So if this resonates with you, please like and subscribe, or at the very least, leave a comment and I will give you a spirit-led message. But you can do it. Go find a tree. It will open up your heart, and I'll catch you next time.